everybody, welcome back to my channel, and anybody that's new, welcome. So today I've had a few people that asked me about making a train. So I've decided to do a train, but this time I'm gonna actually do them with the Dollar Tree tumbling tower blocks, the mini Jenga as I call them. I think I'm still confused what Dollar Tree has. Some people have told me that the mini boxes were called the smaller, and the bigger ones with the bigger box. I have no idea. But anyways, we're going to do the train. So we're going to make the train, and I'm only going to do two back carts on it. So it's just under 4 boxes of the 72. So I'm going to use Well Bond. I got Well Bond. I use Well Bond. It's actually from Rona / Lowe's. Works very well, dries pretty fast. Like it better than E6000. E6000 is a little bit, has actually packaging, you have to use it in a well ventilated area. This is more friendly user and non-toxic, and it dries clear and faster, and I find it a lot stronger than the E6000. So I'm going to use this glue. We're going to need the 4 boxes. I'm just showing you which ones we're going to do. So let's get started. So for the back part of the train, now I have them on the back part. We're going to do, this is the back part of the base of the train. So I did prior glue some pieces together. Otherwise the whole video would be watching me glue everything. So I did these are actually 12. So, and then we're going to do a front and back. So we're going to do the back part of the train. And this has nothing to do with the carts yet. The carts will be another part of the video. So we'll do the bigger part in the back, and then the shorter part in the front. So then we're going to do the sides, the back and the front. So, and at the end, it's under 4 boxes. So it's just shy of under 4 boxes. So these ones are going to be glued upright, meaning upright where you see them standing upwards. And these are 10 Jengas, 5 on this row, 5 on the bottom, times 2. So on top of your 12 that's stacked this way, they're going to be glued on like such. The next step we're going to do is going to be the sides. So I'm just going to move this over here to the side so I can just show you. I just wrote on little sticky notes. So the sides are also going to be upright, and the sides are the 6 and 6/12. So it would be upwards like this, not like this, upright. And that will be glued like such, and put it upright and glued like this. So almost like you kind of have like a mini box. Now, I'm actually just going to turn off the camera. I'm going to glue these, let them sit for a good 40 minutes, and we'll go back and move on. So once the box is done, we're going to add some little stilts here to put the flat part of the roof on. We're just going to take 2 Jenga blocks, and we're going to put them on an angle like this. You can use 1. I wanted to use 2 only for the fact that I just wanted a little bit more stability to the roof on it, because I am going to put a peak on it. So I've already just, this glue dries really fast. I just already. All right, well, I let that set. So now this is going to be the top part that we're going to glue on, and it's the I'm calling it the flat roof base, and it's another 6 on top, 6 on the bottom, and it will fit. It's almost like the exact same that's on the bottom of the back part of the train here. That will fit on exactly like that. I'm just going to adjust it here. And I'm going to just take that off the camera because I want to make sure when we're playing on top of the roof here that it is glued on securely. Let's see, maybe this way works better. Oh, that's way works better. So let me do that and we'll move on to the top. So the next step would be putting on the top angled. So I want to do an angled roof. So I did 5, 5, 10 on each side. Now I want a support in the middle. I don't know if you've seen my Jenga block barn, but I want to have a support brace in the middle, so to speak. So all I did was take 2 pieces of Jenga, glued them together and glued them down, then put just a top brace, how much on an angle that I want it to sit at, like such. I already glued one on, as you can see here. So I don't want to stick my head under the camera, but you want to make sure when you're putting on the roof, the top part of the roof, that it's proper fitting on that. So I'm just going to show you this way and I'm going to show you the other way. So when you're putting it on this way, I'm actually going to put some hot glue here to hold it in place right away. And I'm just going to put along the edge here. I'm just going to use some Well Bond along the edge, some hot glue here. Now, once it is situated like this, and you make sure that it's angled properly, then I'm just going to stick some Well Bond glue just in the middle here. Now, I'm going to do the same technique that I did to fill the top part in after the glue is dry with the clay like I did on my barn. So that's what this step will be, but that I will do after everything's painted. Or maybe I won't do it. Actually, I'll do the clay after, but I'm just going to make sure it's all dry first, so then you can see on an angle like this once you glue it. So it all depends how much of a lip you can actually do no top on it. I don't know. I just preferred, I just looked at a couple trains and I really liked having the little angled top of the roof on it. Now I picked, well, I'm going to show you here. I picked the window that was a little bit smaller in the front, or you can do with the bigger picture in the front. It's just the way the extra support brackets were. I just like the smaller window in the front, because if you look on a train, usually they're smaller on the side, or in the front, sorry. So I'm going to get that glued on. Then we'll move on to the next step. So the next step will be adding the front part, the more shorter, narrow part of the train on the front. So we're going to use 3 rows of 4 Jenga. Gonna glue this right to the bottom. I'll show you the crack and what we'll do with the open space here after we're done this part. So we'll glue that. Then we're gonna pick, this is the front of the train. We have 3 Jenga blocks. We're gonna glue that right in the middle, and I'm gonna stick my head underneath, so I hope it's centered like that. I'm not gluing it right now, I'll glue it off camera. Then we're gonna need the 2 sides. So the 2 sides of the train, I'm just going to show you here, the 2 sides of the train, sorry, the front. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, there's 9. Gonna add it on one side, gonna glue it on the bottom, gonna glue it to that side, glue it to that side. And the exact same on the other side. Make sure this part is sticking in. I don't want to stick my head under, you'll see all my hair. That part. Then we're going to do the top, which is 4 rows of 3, which is exactly the same as the bottom, which is another 12. And we're going to glue that on top like this. So I just wanted to show you that, and I'm gonna let it dry for a little while. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do on the front part of here. We're gonna put the wheels on last, and we're gonna do this part here, and I'm just gonna the cosmetic part and the painting part we'll do obviously after, but let me get this glued. I'm gonna let it dry for a good hour or more, and then we will move on to the next step of the front. So I just wanted to show you that now that I let it glue, let it dry, that up here, I'm gonna fill in near the end after it's painted, as you can see right here, and same with the back side. Now, I told you earlier that like the barn I did, my Jenga block barn, I just got some modeling clay from Dollarama. Now, Dollar Tree has, I just had a block of it. Now the molding clay, I just read the instructions on it. I'm just going to show you so you don't use this one. If I can find it. And I can't find it. You have to look at the modeling clay because the one from Dollar Tree says that it doesn't dry. It'll dry on the outside, but not on the inside. So it's meant to be played with and played again and again and again for kids. So it won't dry properly. So all I'm going to do, I don't know if you guys seen my Jenga, I'm just going to keep filling it in, and I'm just going to shape it that it just an even fit. I'm not going to do it all on camera here, but I'm just going to show you that. And you just use some water and you just shape it so it gives a nice peak on top. I will finish that after. So then I will do that. And then I'm going to paint it. Once the clay is dry, I'm going to paint it. So I've decided to go with the train. I'm going to do red because it's Christmas, but you can always do this one for, you know, your son, daughter's birthday, you know. It doesn't have to be a Christmassy one in the future. Maybe they really like Thomas the Engine, and you can just like amplify it a little bit and make it for Thomas the Engine. But I'm going to do, because it's Christmas coming up, I'm going to do the Christmassy one. So I'm going to paint it red, but I'm going to keep the roof red. There is some, excuse me, there is some things that I'm adding to the front of this train, but I rather paint it before adding them because it becomes a little bit hard when you have stuff on here that you have to paint. And I just like to put some nice coats on it. The roof itself is going to stay black and the rest is going to be red. So I will do that off camera, and I will finish that when I'm done. Now, the next step, what we're going to do, so I'm just shy of 4 blocks from 4 boxes, and that'll be the rest of the Jenga that I'm going to show you right now. Now, I believe that's the bottom. So I'm going to do carts in the back. I don't know, cabooses. These are going to be more carts. They're not going to have tops on them. I want to stick some stuff in them, and I will show you that obviously when we get to that point. So I'm going to do the bottom here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 on the bottom. And then we have the 15 for sides. Similar to the other one. I already glued these ones together. Well, not together. I do have another one. I'm only going to add 2 of these carts on the back. I'm not going to make it a super long train as I really don't have room for it. And this will eventually probably be donated somewhere. And I'm going to glue the carts like this. So basically like that. That will be off camera, but I will show you one done because I've already done this, well, one of them already, just to, and it matches out. I like the height and everything for the train itself. I'm actually going to do the carts as well as in red. I do have a few great ideas for the decorations and adding some stuff in there. But if you don't have enough blocks, and I know that's such a big thing for a lot of crafters that can't find blocks now, if you want to do the part of the train and do the back different, you could always, I'm just going to show you. They have these little DT boxes, which are pretty comparable. So I'm just going to show you on the side that you can also use the little boxes. They're a little bit smaller than but once you have them, you know, depending on what you want to put in them. So this is just another option if you don't have enough boxes or blocks, sorry. So I'm going to get these glued, and I'm going to paint everything red except the roof of the front part of the train. All the cabooses, carts are going to be red as well. Once I come back, then we're going to finish the top part of the train, and I'll show you the wheels. All right, I just wanted to show you that, okay, so I painted it. I used the Dollar Tree, the Tuscany red. I did a couple coats on it. I really like the deeper red than the very bright red. So they turned out pretty well. I painted them. So, and I did the top black, as you can see. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention with the clay, when you put it on top, I don't know if anybody worked with clay, and I've only known this when I used it for the barn. That was my first, I think my first time ever working with clay, is that once it dries, it starts to shrink. So I found that when you put the clay on and once you get it all shaped and stuff like that, that if you paint on some Mod Podge, even if it's the gloss in the paint, when you do a couple coats, you won't even see the gloss anymore. And I just find it seals better. So once I've done that, now I want to do like I did with the barn, and I want to put a black piece in there. I did with the barn, I used a cardboard. The one, I just actually had some paper foam, this foam stuff you get at the dollar store. I couldn't find black, of course. You know, I tried to look, I went back to the store just because I didn't really want to paint it. I wanted to keep the extra step, and I didn't. So I ended up cutting out some pieces on there, and I already painted them. As you can see, when you do paint them, make sure that you paint the edges so you do not see, unless you find the black, just so that when you put it on, I'm just going to show you this way. When you put it on, you won't see any edge of the color. So doing the front and the back, I did find it a little tedious to paint on the inside, but luckily I had the long brush just because there was no opening. So you might want to leave a little part open maybe when you do yours. Now, once that's done, so now we're going to get, there's still components that are going to go on top of here that we're going to get to after. First of all, I want to put the wheels on. So wheels are the hardest things to find. I know I've went to secondhand stores. I've done that. I bought new ones at another dollar store for the Jenga trucks and the camper and such. But this time around, I'm actually going to go with checkers from Dollar Tree. Now, the checkers I'm going to use are the black ones. I have a bunch open somewhere here in the clutter. So I am going to use the black ones. Now, what I like about these are that, as you can see, when I pinch them, they're very solid. They're very hard plastic. Now, you can put two together. Depends on what you want to do. I'm just going to opt for one. Now, there is a little crown on there. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a little crown on there. To me, it doesn't bother me. Well, it kind of does, but I'll let it slide this time. You can grab some foam. You can put some circles. You can, if you paint the inside, you're still going to see the crown on them. This is the best, I think, the best thing that I found so far. So I am going to use hot glue. Now, the only reason being because there's a little bit of an in groove, as you can see on, and you know, with hot glue, if you put enough, that it'll give a bit of height in it. I'm going to glue that, and then once it's glued and it's dry, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to stick some of my Well-Bond glue inside to fill the gap, just for some extra strength on them. Now, it'll just be like such. I did two cabooses, I don't know what you call them, carts. And I'm just going to stick them on such. Obviously, I'm going to do 3 on the other one. I'll show you. So I got 2 packs of them, and I think they come in a pack of, I wouldn't have enough with 1 pack. So depending how many carts you want to do. So I'm just going to show you here. So I'm probably just going to do here. I wanted to do some little smaller ones on the front, but I am just going to opt for doing the 3 like this and as well. And I'm just going to try to, actually, you can try to think about, because all the places have an like counting by Jenga, so you don't want it to be off balance. So when you're gluing them on, try to think like even the boxes all have that 1/2 like thin part of the Jenga and then up. So, you know, maybe you can go 1 and then 1.5, you know, keep that. So when you glue them on, they're kind of, well, this one will be a little bit different because the blocks are switched, but just, you might want to measure it, just make sure that they're all going to be even. So I'm going to get all these glued on, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what I have my idea for the front. Thought it turned out pretty cool. My son thought it was really cool. And I'm not sure what the front part of the train is. That, you know what, I'm going to show you that part now, because it is like the foam stuff. It's like that. It's almost like it's angled in front of the train. I was trying to find the name for it and I can't find it. So I cut out a piece on blue because I don't have black. And I kind of frayed it. So I just kind of measured it longer than the front. So you know that part that goes here? And I kind of frayed it so it just kind of gives that out look. Now, I'm going to paint it black. Now, the problem with it painting black, and I'm going to have to go in between all the creases. It's going to be real fun. You can opt out for that. I just thought it would give it a different look on the front. I was going to do a reef on the front, but I decided to go with this. So I'm going to fold it like this. Once I fold it like this, I'm going to cut out the inner part. I'm going to keep the parts where it's folded, but I'm going to cut out the in parts here. So when it sits, if anybody knows the name, please put it in the comments. It will look, I think it'll look pretty cool once it's black. But I'm going to try that first. So you know me, if you watch my videos before, I always change my mind. Well, I don't always. Sometimes I do. So I'm going to play around with this and see. So when I come back, and then we'll do the top and we'll go from there. All right, so I just wanted to show you that I was able to get them on without any problems. Now, the one thing that I did realize when I did them was that I actually took all the pieces that I needed, and 14 of the dominoes, and I actually all just at the same time is put a spot of hot glue on them. And then I put the hot glue on them, because I made sure that way the crown was, that was just like my marker. And I did hot glue after this was totally dry, and zero issues. I actually just flipped it up. I did some more hot glue and I put some Well Bond on. So that went well. I'm just going to show you here. No issues at all. So now the front part of the train, I wanted to do, I looked at a bunch of pictures online. I just Googled a bunch of pictures of a train, and there's a bunch of different ones. You know what? You could actually just build up, you know, with a couple extra Jenga blocks. Now I'm already on 4 boxes minus 4 where I'm at with those 2 and this. So now I was playing around a bit with a couple things, and I don't know if you guys, like myself, when I see something, I keep extra little things. So I had this tube. I don't even know. I didn't know where it was. I didn't know where I got it from. It had a white cap on it, and I keep silly little things like this for, I think I'm going to use them for a project, and I keep them. And when I was looking through my drawers for something else, I found this. Hey, you know what? This is going to be really good for the top part of the train. So I painted the top black. I am going to put it on the front part of the train. And I'm just going to show you here like this. Sorry, guys. I have to keep on YouTube, you always have to keep it on horizontal. You can't do it upright, like vertical, when you do any videos. Anyways, so I guess just from the pictures I looked at, I wanted something on the sides of it. So I had this square wood dowel, which is actually from Dollarama. Dollar Tree, I've never seen them in my store. You could use a round one, like one of the thicker round ones. I'm just going to use this. I actually cut it already. with my mini saw, and I decided to go black. So I'm just going to put them on either side and glue them on like such. And my mat keeps sliding here. And then for like the choo-choo part, I don't even know where the steam comes out, odds and ends that I have. I mean, you guys can use anything. I just had this big wood dowel. I think it was from like a wood block box that I got from, and that was from Dollarama. It wasn't from Dollar Tree. Your store might have better luck. My local stores around me don't have the best selections half the time. And I'm not sure where I got these. Could be DT, could be, I almost want to say Michael's. I'm not sure. So I wanted to put it like choo-choo, up on top like that for like, I guess the smokestack. Now, if you don't have one of these and you have, you know, there's many, even if you have little foam pieces, let me see if I have a little foam piece around here. You could glue a bunch of those. I don't know, a little pack of foam pieces here somewhere. And with all, even if you had a bunch of these little foam pieces, I believe DT sells these. I don't know where I got mine. They were just in a packet that was open and the tops ripped off. If you stack those up, and now there was another option when I had this one. So I've already this is what I'm going to go with, what I just showed you. I've already painted it black. So that's what I'm going to finish with. Now, I had this and I cut it because I was going to add it on, but I didn't. These are from DT. It actually had a little extra part. It's almost like a little cylinder. I was using them when I was using glitter to put them back, the glitter that fell down, and scooping it up and putting it back in the bottle, the unused glitter that I used. I just cut it off. You could actually just put that on top of a dowel like this and have that as well. I was going to add it, but I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm pretty happy the way it is, but there's another option for you guys, and all you crafters, I'm sure you guys have your own ideas as well. And as I always say in every video, there's no right or wrong. So I'm going to get these glued on, and then and I'm going to show you while I still have you on camera, because then I'm going to decorate it. And if you want to see me decorate it, I will show you the end product, but I'll play around with a bunch of stuff. So the connectors, I am going to use them to connect. Now there's different ways you can do it. I've seen, well, not that I've seen, I'm guessing there's different little things you could do. There's little plant hooks you can screw in on each other that have the round hooks that you can connect each other. I'm just going to put little popsicle sticks painted black, and I'm only going to put them on this one and the back cart. So it's easier to move, because if you actually fully attach them, glue it to this one and the front one and vice versa, it's too many pieces to move around. And so if you want to angle, maybe angle it will just, I think, work out much better that way. So I'm just going to use the popsicle sticks that I painted black already. I did use remember the blue foam, so I did paint it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And that part is going to be attached to the front. I decided I'm going to actually put it, because actually it just makes it a little bit more, I don't know. I just really like it on there, so it will go on the front. So I will attach these couple things. Then I'm going to come back and show you the final product with some decorations in it. I've got a few ideas. I got a bunch of stuff on my table and I don't know which way to go, but I will come back and show you the end results. Before I forget, please make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the notification on the right side of the screen so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you soon. All right, so I just wanted to show you the end product. Now, I didn't put a lot of Christmassy things on them. I tried putting a few like colored stickers on there, and I didn't really like it. I did find the one sticker from DT that just said Merry Christmas. I thought I'd keep it versatile so you can change it up. So it doesn't just have to be for Christmas. You could put presents. You could actually put in the back in the carts. You could actually put some Christmas flowers. I did have some candy canes and they seemed to disappear. So I got, actually DT had those coals and they're actually chocolate in there. So I don't know if my kids know that, but I just decided to go because trains pull coal. So I just thought it was really cute. I did want to touch base on this little thing that I used for the front of the train. My option before I found that piece that just happened to be that worked out is you could actually use a paint bottle and just saw off the top with it. And you could actually use that on part of the train too and just paint it black. I just wanted to point that out. The little, I don't know what this front part is called. Sorry, but just put it in front of my tree so you can't really see how high the wheels are, but I think it turned out really good. I just wanted to kind of keep it simple. I just thought if I put too much in it, then it's just too much. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Make sure you please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.